Hello, everyone. My name is Amber Hamilton. I'm one of the assistant principals at Liberty Middle School. Welcome to our virtual parent university. We are so excited you could join us. This is specifically for rising 8th grade families. We are also offering an in-person event next Tuesday, March 8th at 6:30 p.m. in the LMS gym. That will be a combination of both 7th and 8th grade families, and you are more than welcome to attend. However, we are presenting the same information that we're presenting in this video. So if you watch the video and use our resources, there's no need for you to come next week. However, if you still want to come, we'd be more than happy to see you. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to introduce to you some of the LMS staff members. We're going to talk about 8th grade specific curriculum options. We're going to discuss the registration process and resources. And then at the end of the video, if you still have questions, I will show you how you can connect with us. If you don't already know, we have 4 administrators at Liberty. Mr. Shannon Brown is our principal. Mr. Ryan Foy is our assistant principal and athletic director. He is also over transportation and logistics. Mrs. Tabitha Odom is our second assistant principal. She is over student services and student plans and assessment. Again, I am Amber Hamilton. I am the third assistant principal. I am over curriculum and instruction along with registration. You can find all of our email addresses and contact information on the LMS website. Feel free to email us at any time. If you have any questions, we will be more than happy to help you. We have 3 counselors at Liberty, and they serve students based on student last name. Miss Latif serves students A through G, Miss Smith serves students H through O, and Miss Clayton serves students P through Z. You can also find their contact information on the LMS website if you need to reach out to them. We have a full-time SRO, Officer Jewel at Liberty, so if you see her, make sure you say hi. Okay, let's talk about 8th grade specific course offerings. For ELA, it's very similar to 6th and 7th grade. You have 2 options, either Standard Language Arts 8 or Honors Language Arts 8. The biggest difference is the outside reading for Honors Language Arts 8. Now, I will tell you, whatever you took in 7th grade or 6th grade, you don't have to take that same level for 8th grade. So if you were in Honors Language Arts 7 as a 7th grader and you had to get a lot of outside support and you felt like it was too rigorous, then maybe you want to try ELA 8 for this year, the on-level class. That is completely fine. Maybe you were in the on-level class, ELA 7 this year, and you didn't really feel challenged and you wanted to try something new. Well, you might want to try the Honors ELA 8 this year. This is completely family choice. So we do not dictate which level for ELA that you are going to take. I highly recommend you talk to your student and you talk about self-discipline and reading outside of class and talk about your extracurricular schedules and see which class would best fit your student. I also highly recommend you reach out to your student's current 7th grade ELA teacher, because that teacher is going to have insight into your child as a reader and a writer, and she can provide you with additional information and guidance for this selection. Regardless of which class you select for ELA next year, every student reads the same book for summer reading. The book is Sunny by Jason Reynolds. You are required to either buy it or you can check it out from the public library. All 8th graders must read this book in the summer. It should be completed before the first day of school. For math, there are 3 options, just like 7th grade: Math 8, Accelerated Math 8, and Accelerated Math 8 Math Team. Remember, if you're going to do Math Team, there is outside academic requirements. So you have competitions, you have practices, tryouts, and other fees. So just make sure if you're going to go the Math Team route that you know about those additional requirements. You can only take Accelerated Math 8 if you are in Accelerated Math 7 as a 7th grader. This is not a district requirement, this is a state requirement. So if you are currently in Math 7 as a 7th grader, you must take Math 8. If you are currently in Accelerated Math 7 as a 7th grader, you can take Math 8 or Accelerated Math 8 or Accelerated Math 8 Math Team. So if you are currently in Accelerated Math 7 and you're struggling and you've had to get a lot of outside help and support, you might want to try Math 8 next year. that is fine. Or you could go into Accelerated Math 8 or Math Team. However, if you are currently in Math 7, you cannot take any other math class except Math 8. There's also a video online on the Liberty website that talks about the State Department's progression of math. So that's a great video to watch, and it'll help you get ready for high school as well. World History for 8th grade. You have two options. You can take World History on level or pre-AP World History. Both of these classes are semester long, and it does not matter which world history you take. You can still take AP history classes in high school. So the pre-AP world history class is more rigorous with more writing and more outside reading, and it uses the pre-AP instructional resources and guide for that class. However, if you take world history on level, you are still allowed to take AP in high school. So again, I recommend that you reach out and you talk to your child's current English and civics or geography teacher and talk to them about what they think a great fit would be for your future 8th grader. Physical science is easy because all 8th graders have one option, physical science. It is a semester long, and it will be the opposite semester than your world history. So you might have physical science in the fall and world history in the spring, or you could have world history in the fall and physical science in the spring. We have so many different electives. There's just simply no way that I could talk to you about all of these electives. So I really encourage you to go to the curriculum catalog and look at the course descriptions and look at all of the different options that your student could take as an 8th grader. I'm going to talk about a few of them in a few minutes. And I'll show you where the curriculum catalog is so you can see all of them. We do have some new electives. A couple of them are 8th grade only. So Orientation to Health Science is a semester-long class. It's for 8th graders only. Computer Science Essentials is also a semester class, 8th grade only. Those are two new classes, so I encourage you to read about those in the curriculum catalog. And then we also have a blended class, Math Explore. This class is for students who love math. And if your student's really interested in math and wants to have a student-driven, project-based class, this 9-week elective could be for him or her. So this class is a project-based class in which students will take math skills and apply them to real-world scenarios. And so we recommend any of these three. We're very excited to offer these three next year, and you can find out more about them in the curriculum catalog. Here are your semester electives for 8th grade. Intermediate theater requires beginning theater. So you would have had to take in beginning theater as a 6th grader or a 7th grader to request intermediate theater. Advanced theater has an audition requirement. So Miss Hicks is the sponsor for advanced theater, and you need to connect with her and her deadlines to be able to try out for advanced theater. Again, I just mentioned Computer Science Essentials. We also have an Engineering Essentials class, and Innovations, which is also project-based learning, Orientation to Health Science. Advanced Art, you just have the prerequisite of visual arts, so you would have had to take in a visual arts as 6th and 7th grade. Career Prep is a high school credit. It's a semester long. And then Jazz Band. If you're in band and you're interested in taking a second band, Jazz Band could be an option for you. So those are all of our semester elective classes. We also have year-long electives. Yearbook and digital communications requires application. So please go on the Liberty website and look at those application requirements. There are deadlines, and you have to be accepted into those classes. If you want to be in band, you'll be in beginning, concert, or symphonic bands. That's a year-long elective. Our choirs are a year-long. And then if you're interested in a world language elective, that is also a high school credit. We offer these based on student numbers. So, for example, right now we offer Latin 1 and Spanish 1 and French 1. So if you're interested in a year-long elective, feel free to sign up or request one of those, and we'll offer it if we have enough student interest. Like I mentioned before, there are some classes that require auditions or applications. You'll need to go to the Liberty website and look at those, and I'll show you where that is in just a few minutes. I mentioned high school credit options. Here they are. Career Prep is a semester. You get 1 credit for that. Career Prep is a requirement for high school, so if you want to get a head start and sign up for Career Prep, you can. French 1, German 1, Latin 1, Mandarin Chinese 1, Spanish 1. All of those are year-long classes, and it's also 1 high school credit option. Please note, if you take either one of these classes, that GPA does go with you to James Clemens, or if you go to a different high school. So your GPA will follow you to the next to your next stop. This is a great graphic. You will find this in our curriculum catalog. If you are interested in career academies, this shows you the classes that we offer at Liberty in the first column and how they relate to James Clemens and their career academies in the second column. Then the third column shows potential career fields and interests. So as students are getting more exposed to more opportunities in different career academies, we're starting that at the middle school level. So we have a lot of different options in our CTE category for students to start dipping their toes in and trying out new things. And so I really encourage you to look at this chart with your student and have some conversations about things that they might want to try while they're in middle school before they get to high school. So let's look at an 8th grade schedule. You have to take ELA, you have to take math. You have to take physical science, and then for social studies, we talked about either world history or pre-AP. You have to take 1 PE, but you could take up to 4 PEs. So anywhere 1 to 3, 1, 2, 3, or 4. And then you have the opportunity for 7 more electives. So what might that look like? Here is an example of an 8th grader's schedule. ELA 8, Math 8, World History in the fall, Physical Science in the spring. PE, this student was placed in fitness and aerobics. This student is trying out green architecture, which is a Project Lead the Way class, career prep for high school credit, and then French 1 for high school credit. So this student would be going to 9th grade with 2 high school credits, and then has the PE requirement and then the Project Lead the Way class as well. So here's one example of an 8th grader's schedule. Let's look at another one. Here is one in which you have Honors ELA 8, Math 8, World History and Physical Science, Medical Detectives as a 9 weeks class, Indoor Sports PE, Advanced Art. Remember, this class has the prerequisite of visual arts, so this student already took art in 6th or 7th grade, and then Advanced Chorus, which takes up an entire year. So here's another example of an 8th grade schedule. All right, here's another one. Let's look at these electives. You have your ELA and your math, Accelerated Math 8, World History, Physical Science. Engineering Essentials, which is a semester-long class. Innovations, which is a project-based learning class, also a semester-long. Outdoor PE, Strength and Conditioning 1, Indoor PE, Strength and Conditioning 2. In this example, the student wanted 4 PEs, and he or she was able to get those 4 PEs. So this is an example of 2 semester electives, and then the rest are 9-week PEs. So an 8th grader's schedule could look like this. All right, let's look at another one. In this scenario, Orientation to Health Science, which is a semester, Computer Science Essentials, a semester, Career Prep, which is a semester, Health and Wellness, counts as a PE credit for 9 weeks, and then Math Explore, that new math class I was mentioning earlier, for 9 weeks. So here's another example of an 8th grade schedule. Now, here's an example of what can't happen. You cannot take 2 year-long classes. So in this example, the student wanted Latin 1 and Symphonic Band. Because of the state requirement of a PE, a student cannot take 2 year-long electives. So you'll have to make some decisions with your student about what is most important in order to get that 1 9-week of PE. All right, let's talk resources. So on the Liberty Middle School website, there is a registration tab, and it has a lot of different information, including the curriculum catalog, an FAQ, These videos will be uploaded there. There's audition information and clubs and sports, and all of that is on the Liberty website. There is an 8th grade registration worksheet online, and it's also in the course request packet that your student will get this week. I recommend utilizing this. It's not required, but this helps you visualize with your student how many electives he or she is going to take. It's very, very, very important that you put alternates on this worksheet and on your course request form, because we cannot guarantee electives. There are just so many different electives and so many different options. There are scheduling conflicts, staffing, seat capacity, so you may not get your top choices. It's very important that you list alternates. But this is a great visual to help you fill out the squares with your student regarding elective options and kind of visualize options for next year. So what does the registration timeline look like? You're going to look at the curriculum catalog that's online with your student. Use that worksheet that I just showed you. Print it out or use it that's in the course catalog or in the course request packet. Fill that out together, and then you'll complete the course request form. The course request form is required to have a parent signature and a student signature. Then you will turn all of that in to your student's ELA teacher by Friday, March 11th. That's the Friday before spring break. Then after spring break, we are going to come into ELA classrooms, and the counselors and admin will help students input these course requests digitally in PowerSchool. All right, so let's look at what this looks like online. So if we go to the Liberty Middle School homepage, you click on registration, and it has LMS course registration. And if you scroll down, we have Rising 6th, 7th, and 8th. So in case your student loses their course request packet that they're going to receive, here it is for them online. You can download it, print it, and turn it in. It has all of the electives. It also has that registration worksheet that I was talking to you about. We also have an FAQ for 8th graders if you want to look at that. And if you're interested in finite math, that is a class that is given to us or offered to us through UAH. It is completely outside of the school day, so it does not count as an elective for, when you're filling this out and you're looking at your squares and how many electives you want to take. Finite math does not count for that because it's outside of the school day. It's an additional requirement for your student. If your student is interested in taking finite math, your student must be a co-requisite is Accelerated Math 8, and then you are required to pay the fees through UAH. We do not provide the funds for that. So if you need more information about the dual enrollment finite mathematics class, you can reach out to your student's counselor. We also have the middle school catalog up here. If you click on this link, this is the middle school course catalog for Madison City Schools. And you can scroll down and see our schedule and then all of our course offerings. So you're going to want to look at 8th grade course offerings. I recommend you look at this with your student. It also has electives. It'll tell you if there's a prerequisite. For example, if your student wants to take Code Space, it's a 9-week course. It's offered to 7th and 8th graders. The prerequisite is CSIM. So your student would have had to take in CSIM in 6th or 7th grade. There's a fee of $10, and then there's the description of the course. So this catalog is very helpful since we have so many different offerings. Looking at this catalog together, looking at the fees, looking at the time, this will really help you determine which electives that you want to request and the ones for your alternates as well. Also on the Liberty Middle School website, this is where you'll find information for the auditions or the applications. So if you're interested in yearbook, you would find yearbook and you would click on yearbook applications, and this has all of the information if you want to apply for yearbook what you need to do and the deadlines. Just in general, we have so many different organizations and clubs. If you are a 7th grader and you haven't gotten involved in anything yet, please take some time and look through our clubs and organizations. We have everything from archery and anime, chess, rocket team, math team, robotics, student to student. We have so many different options. We just really want you to get involved. And so I encourage you to get involved in some way, or you can get involved via athletics too. We have all of the athletic information here as well. And Mr. Foy is our athletic director. So if you want to get involved in athletics, you can speak to him as well. If we do not offer it at Liberty and it's a JC sport, you can attend at JC as well. So we have golf, mountain biking, track and field, all these James Clemens athletics as well. If after you look at all of this information, you still have questions, under the registration tab, it says LMS registration questions. There is a Google form there, and this is the best way for you to communicate with us during the registration season. So once you've watched this video and you've looked at the curriculum catalog and you've tried to fill out the course request form and you've talked to your students' current teachers and you still have questions, we're here to help. This form right here, if you fill this out, please make sure you put a working email address because that's how we communicate with you. So if you fill this out, an LMS staff member, myself, or a counselor or someone else will definitely return your question with an answer. And so this is how we are here to help you. As far as Parent University, I mentioned before, if you go here, we do have Parent University set for Tuesday, March 8th. We're going to start with rising 6th grade, and then we have rising 7th and 8th grade families at 6:30 in the gym. We are giving the exact same slideshow, the same presentation, except it will be combined with 7th grade. So again, you're more than welcome to come. We'll be happy to see you, but you definitely will not be missing any new information at that meeting as I'm giving it to you all right here. And then if your student is interested in band, there is a band interest meeting at 5:45 that day as well. So I hope this is helpful to you. And if you still have questions after this video, that is totally okay. Just complete that Google form and someone will get back to you quickly about helping you out there. So we are looking forward to the 23 school year. We are so excited for your rising 8th graders. We get them one more year before they go on to James Clemens High School. So we are here to prepare them. We have a lot of awesome offerings. Again, I'm Amber Hamilton. Thank you for watching the video. If you have additional questions, submit the Google form, or you can just reach out to me and I'll be happy to help you however I can. So I hope you have a great day. Bye.